Hey, it's MK, and I am back with a Stretch the Sketch challenge going on here. Ooh. And I thought that I would step away from doing a little bit of the outer space and go back in time to the dinosaurs. You guys, I feel like I do the same exact layouts over and over and over again. But anywho, I am joining the Stretch the Sketch gals, and this one is the layout right here. It was chosen by Sarah Scraps. So the idea behind Stretch the Sketch is you're supposed to take a 12 by 12 sketch and either stretch it across 2 pages or shrink it down onto the size of a card, embellishments, things like that. So I have to tell you that I really kind of struggled with this at first because I was paying more attention to the design elements rather than it's just a sketch. And I always tell myself to pull out what I want from the sketch and go from there, and I was having a hard time, so I called Janet and said, this one, I'm struggling. I really am. I can't do anything with this. And the more I kept talking to her, the more it was like ideas kept popping left and right in my brain. So I pulled out my favorite tool. Oh my god, that just like spewed everywhere. I pulled out my favorite tool in the whole wide world, which is my stub punch or corner rounder weirdo thing. Stop it. Oh my god. That keeps like pooping everywhere. Oh my goodness. Hang on. That's driving me nuts. Alright. So she's empty now. So this is my stub punch. I've never really used the deco side, but my stub is, that's my favorite in the whole wide world. Hopefully I don't ever retire that. What else do I have? I hate to say it, but scraps. Oh my gosh. I need to get over those scrap things. So in front of me, I've been working on a bunch of space layouts. And so I wanted to tell you guys that this little cool sign just happens to be green, and I'm pulling it into this layout, but it came from my space ephemera that's right in front of me. And so did these brads. I've got 3 brad packs that I believe a couple days ago I just barely opened them. Okay, don't judge. And so here are some green ones that I just happened to look up and say, hey, I've got green. Yes, I do. So I've got those that I pulled from my space. I have the word the, and you will see why in just a minute. I also pulled out some Not Just for Boys Kit Club buttons and charms to play with. And then I've got 2 scraps that I have left over from the last Stretch the Sketch that I created. If you guys don't remember, it was bright pink. Yeah, take that in for just a moment. And then this, these 2 little scraps were left over from a layout that I just did for Christy's 30-day challenge, day 17. I pulled this really old, like it's green and leaves. I don't know exactly. I don't know. That's all it is. But it's Life is Beautiful 2016 Fancy Pants. Yep, that's all I know about it, okay? As much as what's wrote on the bottom. So I'm going to use it for this green. I've been pulling this out every dinosaur layout, and I keep telling myself, nope, doesn't work. I also have these awesome die cuts that were cut and given to me at a retreat by Tracy Rancier. Thank you, Tracy. Then I've got some potted plants by Doodlebug. I have a tag. I believe it's Heidi Swap, but if I'm wrong, no. I am wrong. I don't know what this one is. I want to say it's Cartabella from the Dinosaur Collection, but it could have also been Field Trip by Shamel. I don't know, you guys. You're lucky I'm getting this far. This is also, the rest of this stuff also came from the Not Just for Boys Kit Club. I got the really cool dino stickers. So we went from bright white to now creams. Alright. And then I've got Let's Go Explore, and then the little Stegosaurus that I took from the cut apart sheet. I also took this little strip from the cut apart sheet. I got my son, sliding down a stegosaur's back. Super cute. Echo Park, Away in a Manger. It's got this really dark, it's like a gray, it's like a bluey gray in my eyeballs. That's how it works. And then you've got this really pretty cream color. And then the Dinosaurs by Cartabella. Yes, by Cartabella. And just the sticker sheets. So, and I've kind of used it. Kind of. Oh, I didn't even notice that border down there. That's okay. I like the bigger border anyways. But yeah, I kind of sort of used some of the sticker sheets. I feel like it's used anyways. But let's see what I'm going to do. I do know that when I first started pulling out the papers, I went from this really dark, I want to say dark and dingy, but they're not dingy, and then to this bright white. But when I lay it all together, I think it looks good. So let's see what I can come up with. We're going to scooch all of this off to the side because embellishments come last, right? Well, they're supposed to. Sometimes they don't. All right, so embellishments, and let's go see what I can do. So after I am done cleaning up all of the embellishments, I'm just chopping off all the branding strips and getting my page ready. So I will be making an 8.5 by 11 page. I'm not sure if I said that in the intro or not, or if I just talked about the product. I'm not really sure. But I went and I pulled out this washi thinking that I wanted that big, huge pattern paper to be a washi strip. And then I thought, no, that wasn't the plan that I had at all. So stop changing your marbles. And I just quickly put it off to the side and I don't touch it again. And then I just started trimming up my photos. Now I like my small trimmer for quick trims, but I like my my white trimmer with the pink handle for more precise trims. I know I'm just a little slightly anal about the whole what size does it have to be, or it has to be a specific size and dimension. I don't know what my issue is, you guys. I wish I could just let it go, but I can't. I've tried to just randomly cut off bits and pieces, and then I end up measuring it anyways. And so you'll see actually a lot of measuring in here, and I apologize about that, but it's just how my brain thinks, and I don't know why I cannot let it go. All right, so I have cut off my Dinosaurs on Parade little border thing, and I trimmed around the, Velociraptor and the Stegosaurus, just so that way I could make them a little bit smaller because I am shrinking the page, so I don't have a whole lot of room to play in. Now I'm going to go get this really cool punch. I love it because it's already done my stub part for me, and I just absolutely love this size. It's a cute little kind of add-on that I can just quickly tuck behind something if I'm missing something, and I've really, really enjoyed that new punch. Let's see, and I am deciding whether or not my photos needed a photo mat, and of course the answer is always yes, but I still ask the question. It's not, it's not going to hurt to ask, but I do. I asked the question, and I decided to finally cut into that paper. That was my jazz hands right there. I finally cut into that paper. I've only brought it out every single dinosaur layout and have not found a use for it. Now I have. Yay. So now it's a scrap. And I'm sure I'll play with it more now that it's a scrap than it ever was in a 12 by 12. And I mismeasured here. Go me. So that was my fault. And then I mismeasure again. Look at that. This is why I don't cut without my measuring stick. So I wanted a piece of that dark, like bluish gray cardstock to make a small border on the left-hand side of my layout, just because I needed to snug everything up. In fact, I actually bring everything a little bit closer than the layout. Here I debate whether or not I'm going to do the little banner fishtail thing on that leaf print. It doesn't really go with my layout, in all honesty. So I opted not to do that. And then also, my leaf print is not square, and because of how much the photos cover it up, that does not bother me that it is not square at all. I just need the bottom part to be square, and that's it. Nothing above it is going to be shown. So it doesn't really bother me that it kind of goes up at an angle. And I didn't measure that one. I did not. Yay. I just, yeah, I can't let it go. I just can't. So I do shift things around quite a bit. And because I do that, the video got really, really long. And so I basically cut out all the gluing part. I laid it all out, and then I thought, you know what? You don't really need to see me glue it all down. It's all laid out. So I skipped that part and just moved on. Here this is the original reason why I brought out my stub punch, was for these little scraps from outer space layout that I made. And I really wanted to use those instead of the punch that I brought out. And so I thought I'd try both of them. And then I came up with this idea of maybe I'll have, like a border and then the tag. But of course, it's taking up too much space. So I'm going to just move on. I know what I wanted on the layout. I know what I wanted as far as like the stickers and the embellishments. And I just know those. So I'm going to move past those little taggy sidebar things and move on to what I do know that I like. And if they end up not making it, they don't make it. I mean, it's not going to hurt my feelers, but I do know that I know what I do like. Now, here I decided there is a banner and I have loads of banner stickers. So do I want to add that to it? And I put my little Dinosaurs on Parade strip. I put that over them to see how I liked it. Well, then I realized that I would be covering up most of my leaf print, and it was kind of pointless. So I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So I opted not to. And then I shifted things around again. I put the one for the strip for the Velociraptor down on the bottom. So that's where I'm going to put a cluster. Then I have one off to the side, off to the left of the Stegosaurus, again, making a base for a cluster. And then I'm going to put both tags sticking out of the side of the Velociraptor. And again, making a base for a cluster. So I'm going to have 3 clusters on this layout. And this tag, I try and I try and I try and I try, and it just doesn't make it. I just didn't like how much I was covering up. So it would have been nice to use, but I just didn't like how much I was covering up. So, and those doodlebug plant pots are plotted pants. They're not plotted pants. Potted plants. I tucked the pots away because clearly they did not go on my layout, but I definitely wanted the leaf portion of them. So I snuck those inside there. And this is exactly how I envisioned my layout. Is I wanted leaves popping up from the top and popping down from the bottom, like they were behind everything. Kind of like, I don't know, like a collage that you see from like a documentary, where it's got all the things that he's collected on top of stuff that on top of nature, I guess, blah. I went and I pulled out my favoriteest twine in the whole wide world. It's sold by Stampin' Up. I absolutely just love how thin it is, and it doesn't fray very much. It's just very, very sleek, I should say. And I'm putting a knot inside each of my buttons, and I absolutely just love how this looks. I'm not sure if you guys caught my jazz hands, but I do. I absolutely love the twine inside these wooden buttons. I also went and got my threader, and I wanted this twine to be looped into the Stegosaurus like he's hanging off my page instead of being knotted on my Stegosaurus charm. So here's where I cut out all the gluing. It basically stayed exactly the same way. I mean, it might be like a centimeter off, but I'm not measuring. And I brought it back in to show you guys where I'm placing all of my stickers. So I put the notes label off and down to the left, and then the other label up on top of the photo. I thought that would be a good spot to put a date. And then the Stegosaur sticker, I wanted just the Stegosaur. I didn't want the words because I doesn't need to say Stegosaur 6 times on my layout. And I wanted to put it above the notes, but once I stuck it to my photo, it was down. That sucker was not coming up at all. And then I just had some random circles that said dinosaur names, their shortened version of their names, all over it in different fonts. And I added those in just like little Easter eggs. I don't know, you guys. Just little touches here and there is all it is. So now I'm putting in the brads. And I'm just scattering them down, trying to put some. I do have 4 brads. I didn't end up with 5. So I kind of scattered them from the upper right all the way down to the lower middle. And then that way it kind of looked like they fell down the page or falling up. I don't know. I also was going to glue those leaves straight down, and then I decided, nope, I'm going to go ahead and pop those up on pop dots. And that way it gives it a little bit more dimension, a little bit more lift, like I don't know. And that's it, you guys. It's very, very busy, but I absolutely love it. Like I said, I completely struggled. I had 6 different ideas after I got done talking with Janet Fritz, and I ended up with this. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys also are able to catch anyone else that is playing along. We do traveler's notebooks, 8.5 by 11 cards, and 2-page layouts. So hang out and see what everybody else comes up with. All right, see ya.